The recent political developments in the NRM party are a classic example of history repeating itself, only this time with a grander scale with new players. The overwhelming support from the NRM Parliamentary Caucus for President Museveni to go through unopposed as the party flag bearer can be likened to the 2003 orchestrated plan to lift presidential term limits. While some members like Bidandi Sali, Mugisha Muntu, Miriam Matembe and the late Ria Kategaya objected to the lifting of the term limits, this time around, all the 193 members of parliament put pen to paper supporting President Museveni's unopposed candidature. 11 years later, the events at the same venue seem to have set a precedent. Question is, what's the motive behind President Museveni's endorsement from the NRM legislators?
In 2003, people who opposed the amendment of the constitution to allow President Museveni's indefinite eligibility for standing were dropped. The Kategayas, the Matembes, so people are cautious. Those ministers who are in Changwanzi right now, none of them can put up a finger and say, President Museveni, you have been in power for too long. We want another generation to take over. They fear for their jobs.
Professor Sabiti's argument resonates well with those who moved the motion to lift the presidential term limits in 2003, including Kabura County MP James Kakoza and Kabale Woman Member of Parliament Hope Mwesije.
Some people want to be ministers tomorrow, especially the young people. So they are eager to appear and to be seen by the leader that they are the ones who put him in power. You remember when Kakoza of Kabura one time proposed the first term. Although he had inadequacies in some quarters, he was made a minister.
This comes at a time when it is anticipated that there is an imminent cabinet reshuffle. As a sign of commitment, the vibrant Northern Uganda Youth MP Evelyn Anite moved that the MPs put pen to paper on the motion, a document which will be presented to the National Executive Committee. Scholars have likened this to intimidation of party members who could have been against the move to have President Museveni unopposed or even contest a fifth term.
She is actually using that one to intimidate them, and I don't think it is her scheme. It is a bigger scheme coming from somewhere. It is actually using intimidation for people to vote the way they vote. And if we continue with such a procedure by our leaders who are supposed to be showing the way for democracy, then that leaves a big democracy deficit within the body politic of Uganda in the future.
With such voices silenced, scholars on governance affairs are warning that this is bad for the party's democracy.
If internal democracy within the party, even the ruling party, collapses, it means that if that leader one time is not in power, there is a likelihood that that party can collapse with him. UPC is a good example. When Obote was not in control, the party collapsed. You know what happened in Ivory Coast when Anthony Boyne died. You know what happened in Malawi when Kamuzu Banda died. You know, there are so many examples of parties that collapse with their own leaders.
One of the reasons that is given for the NRM MP's proposal is that MPs are safer with a driver who has not only demonstrated ability as the founding leader of the revolution that liberated Uganda, but also managed to keep the country together. This ideology, according to political scientists, is dangerous for the party.
In many quarters that, for example, the Prime Minister, Mama Mbabazi, has very serious presidential missions. Obviously, when the motions of this kind are coming up, they don't feel at ease because, you know, there could have been a gentleman's agreement between some of these people that after this period, maybe so-and-so X could take over from me and so on, so that we perpetuate our party. You know, the danger with a one-man's kind of party is that when he's not there, the party collapses. So it would be, the best thing would be for President Museveni to serve a certain period and hand over the stick to some other person to carry on.
As the debate on the NRM MP's decision continues, President Museveni is yet to comment on the MP's move, although he has in the past said that the party will decide at an appropriate time. Even though members of the NRM Parliamentary Committee have appended their signatures in overwhelming support to President Museveni's unopposed candidature, We can only wait and watch if no member of the party will present their documents to the executive committee for approval, contesting for that same position. Solomon Serwanjja, NTV.